conversation about the new Force of Will tournament that we're playing, or maybe Cal and I will just go play some casual Force of Will over at the stream for you to enjoy during this round.
With all those casual decks that I brought with me.
Did you bring any casual
No.
decks? Oh, okay.
You
well,
have
here he is.
spares.
He's inside. Kevin, get to the stream match table. Round 4 has started, guys. Okay, they're walking in now.
All right.
They're within their time limit. They have 3 minutes to get to the table before a match loss.
Yep.
Or a game loss. So we're jumping right in with a interesting deck, playing some Dark Elf shenanigans.
It is interesting. I've seen variants of this list before.
Okay. I have not seen it as a Lucifer deck yet.
I've seen exactly one variant of Lucifer. This is definitely different than that one, though. There was a version of Dark Elf Lucifer that top-8'd in Zaragoza last month.
Oh, okay, sure.
But that was a little bit more... It was a little bit heavier on stuff like Gravekeepers and Lilies. I only saw one Lily. I played Kevin in round 2 and lost, so...
He's in time, so he doesn't get a game loss.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So, yeah, I played against Kevin in round 2 and lost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you've played against this deck before?
Yeah.
Today?
Today.
That'll be great.
It was an experience. When my opponent played a Freyla's Devotee off of Energize on 1.
Freyla's Devotee is which card? Jeez,
yeah, exactly.
Cards that I don't remember.
Don't even remember what set it's from.
Freyla's Devotee. Jeez.
I want to say it was 80K? Yeah, I think it was 80K because it was in the same format.
Is it red?
Yeah, it's a red card.
Fire. Oh, isn't it the one where whenever you take damage, it gets bigger?
Yeah. No, it was a different one. Yeah, whenever you take damage, it gets bigger till end of turn.
Freyla's Devotee.
Looks like we're starting, though. Yeah.
Okay.
That was energized out on turn 1. That was the thing that happened. So, Jackson gets to go first.
Does Gill prefer to go second nowadays?
I think part of it. One of the nice things about Gill is that it has the ability to go either one and still be fine. Because you spend your first few turns just kind of like setting up anyway.
Sure.
You can like do some silly things like set up really early absolute awarenesses and ramp out paladins faster.
Especially
if you go second.
To grab your like one special. That's a bluestone on turn 1.
That's the thing. Yeah, I remember seeing Jackson next to me. I think he's playing 1 blue, 1 black in his deck list.
For one and only?
One and only optional possession. There's a few different options. I don't know if he's playing Spock with Souls or not.
Spock with Souls.
Spock with Souls.
Okay.
I've never liked running 2 extra colors in Gill, but that's just me. We're seeing something
Faith
energized.
in the Darkness.
Oh,
please let this be a Jean off the top on turn 1.
Yeah.
For 9/7.
Jean off the top would be pretty decent.
We did not see it, I don't think. Majin Dark Elf, though, gets to come in.
Yeah. Majin Dark Elf is a fine hit off of that.
It could be better, definitely.
Oh, yeah. But he gets to go fast, so, you know.
Sometimes that's all you need. You just want to go fast.
Unless, like, the only other way that this doesn't go well is that a blue leaf bounces it, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case.
It doesn't look like we got that there.
And we got Tears of the Fallen.
Tears of the Fallen, forcing a random discard.
Yeah. This was part of the issue when I played it, is that he is playing a reasonably well-sized discard package. I think he's on, like, 4 looks and Thought Control.
Oof. Taking the Absolute Awareness. That's a pretty good hit for Jackson.
That can be relevant.
He has an Insight. Yeah, that's actually really relevant with what's in... if this is
oh, he has another one, though.
Does he?
Yeah, I think I saw another Absolute in there.
I thought I saw an Insight.
That's a possibility,
That's an Insight. It's not a... Oh, there is another one.
Yeah, there's another one in there. Insight's one of those interesting new techs that, like, popped up quite good for that.
And it's potentially even free.
It's potentially free.
And
playing 2 on turn 1 is always great. So he's going to Absolute Awareness. He's just going to get another greenstone here, which is reasonable. The only time I personally ever get Blackstones in Gill is if I have a Gill Lapis or something else to do with that black mana. And I didn't see a Gill Lapis, and Gill Lapis is always a little bit suspect against Lucifer.
Yeah, because they could just make you sacrifice it.
Black Rosario is a thing. Though also, a thing that'll happen that'll be interesting is that when I played Kevin Spencer, he sideboarded into Lich.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was never relevant. It just meant that he didn't have access to Black Rosario.
So...
Yeah, he's going to look.
Corruption here.
Look can be actually really solid, especially this is the turn you want to look because you want to be generally picking a Leaf Paladin out of their hand.
I think the proper call here is to grab that insight, if I'm being honest.
The other option is what he took, which is a rival of the hero, which is going to help Jackson avoid getting aggroed out.
Sure.
Because most of your plan, if you're Kevin, is just I'm going to turn things sideways and hopefully you just don't have enough interaction to stop me.
Leaf Assassin?
That's a card.
That's a Freyla's Dark Elf Assassin?
That is Dark Elf Spy.
Dark Elf Spy.
I lost to that card in both games. Specifically, at end of turn, it's going to be...
to each player, so it just kind of mills down. So ultimately, we should be down to 2,700 for Jackson and 39 for Kevin.
Yeah, at end of turn,
yeah.
Which is what we're at now. So it should be 39-27.
It just sits there.
It just sits there, and I mean, it works well with some of the other Dark Elves that he's got, like Devotee. It makes it bigger and stuff like that. We'll see an Insight. That's just a logical play at this point. Using up all of his elementals in his graveyard quite quickly, which is what you want to do.
I mean, he needs something in hand there. Looks like he's got a Black Leaf, a Leaf Assassin. Trying to pick between those two cards, and a Ferris Spell. Not a great hand for Jackson with this board state.
I mean, it's gonna get better. He just needs to like weather the first few turns here. That's what you do with Gill. You weather a few turns, and then you flip Gill. You find spiritual guidance. You refill your hand. You gain some life, and hopefully you can just survive long enough to manufacture a lethal kill. That's how I play it. Other people also play it a lot more slower, where they just grind a ton of value until they just run you out of
cards.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until you just run out. And then they just go, cool, Ultra Awakening.
And I've done that, but that's mostly against decks that are like gaining a lot of life where it's harder to one-shot. I'm just the sort of person that I want to one-shot people.
I mean, we saw it in round 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunate that it didn't pan out for you today, but love to have you being here on the commentary table.
It means I get to chill out and say and talk about my favorite card game with my good friend Jeremy.
Yeah, it's good times.
Yeah.
Current score for both of these players is X1.
Yeah.
They are both currently 1 loss, 2 wins.
So they're both in it.
Yeah,
that's totally in it right now. But this is a reasonably, like, based on just, like, my knowledge of other tournaments that have been about this size.
Kevin is trying to clarify graveyard positioning here.
Yeah.
Jackson having a very weird graveyard
setup. I mean, he's separating his elementals out in his graveyard, which
is allowed.
As far as I'm aware, it's
trying to target the Majin Dark Elf. We have 2.
Yeah. He found a...
And then are we going to pay one more, pitch the Black Leaf just to kill it? That seems really greedy.
Yeah.
Gentle Breeze Elemental.
Draw a card. Well, he finds a 5th element.
That's worse, though. Because he only has 1 elemental in hands now.
Yeah.
So if he burns the Black Leaf to try to kill it, the 5th element's dead. Otherwise, he burns the 5th element.
It's a really awkward. It was a really awkward situation because like he got the Gentle Breeze off of the Insight, and he's like, cool. I can either kill this 4/4 that's not really doing anything. Like you look at the 4/4 and go, it's just there. Or you look at the 6/6 and go, I really should start like dealing with this Resonator. And his hand is awkward. Fair Spell is really bad in every matchup that's not green.
Right.
Like in this matchup, it's probably just going to hit a Power of Immortality, hopefully, and that's it. Like most of these black decks don't play anything quick cast.
We're burning the 5th element just to be able to save the Black Leaf.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have gone that way. I think I would have pitched the Black Leaf instead.
It's hard because like the problem is that you do that, you pitch the Black Leaf, and now your 5th element is dead.
Right, for sure.
Like, both situations weren't really ideal.
But 5th element has the potential to do a lot more damage.
Yeah. I think at this point, and it's one of those things where right now it's just weather the storm time. He's kind of hoping that he's not going to just, like, die off of the board somewhere.
Down. Are there Astemas in this list?
Yes, there are Astemas.
That's what I like to see.
I mean, I wouldn't tell any deck that's playing black in enough form to play double black that you should leave home without 4 of that card.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
I agree. It does a lot. Faith in the Darkness?
More Faith in the Darkness, yeah. He also played he has a Demonic Soulstone. That's the Dark Elf Stone. It gives you like a weird little bit of reach.
Still no Gene there?
It looked like it, but we got another Majin Dark, so we get to continue to push damage through.
Just going to end. He's going to swing in for 4. Jackson's going to take that, go down to 23.
Well, he hasn't yet.
I mean, I could see the idea of pitching the Black Leaf to win the trade.
Yeah, it looks like that's what he's going to.
Is there a response from Kevin here?
He could power
Sand
here.
Awake,
I feel like.
Sand Awakening.
Oh yeah.
Or Power of Immortality.
I feel like power would have been or Sand Awakening.
Was a better play.
He used Sand Awakening a lot when he was playing me as like. Instead of being a protection card, he was using it as a spell.
Yeah.
Like, he was using it on his Majin Darks to make them hit me for 10.
And then 6. So he was at 27. He's going to go down to 21. And then at end of turn, we're both going to take 100. So 3,800 to 2,000. Hey, Jackson not seeing any white leaves.
That's not hugely surprising. Part of it is that Gill lists, Leaf Paladin, that's huge. That actually means that he has,
suddenly is very live.
Yeah, because before the problem was he didn't have the elemental package and he didn't have gasoline. This is going to give him at least that elemental package, so he'll be able to do redonkulous things like flip arrival, search arrival, like, I don't know if he's running 2 arrivals in his list. It's kind of questionable as how many arrival people are playing right now, and it's also like, people have been running less white leafs. They've been leaning towards blue leaf a lot more. I played 3 blue leaf and 2 white leaf today, and I was happy with that split for the most part.
Sure.
Blue leaf has a lot of value in the grindy matchups because it says bounce my lore right back to my hand.
Right, yeah, for sure.
That's huge. White leaf is only really good in, like, if you're turboing out a Gill Lapis or if you're trying to survive through aggro decks.
Right.
But being able to pitch it for 0 has always been a completely relevant thing. It looks like Jackson is untapped and considering a judgment here too.
I'm not sure if that's the right play.
It's very weird. He's facing down a sort of threatening board, but part of the problem is that he's just not doing anything right now. His hand is like a Leaf Paladin and a couple others and a Fair Spell and some other stuff that doesn't matter.
He's judgmenting and going to go get a Gentle Breeze in response to the judgment.
That seems
wrong.
A little aggressive. It's not necessarily wrong, but it's certainly aggressive.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll have 3 floating. We probably see a Spiritual Guidance get cast off of a search here.
That's the usual thing that occurs is the Spiritual Guidance, just because it...
And then I'll put him at 5 cards in hand? 6 cards in hand. So we'll gain 6.
Something like that, yeah. Start to help his life total out just a little bit.
1, 2, yeah. Looks like 4 cards in hand currently. So Spiritual Guidance search gets him back up to 26.
I'm a little surprised that I would have probably just run out the Paladin this turn.
I probably would have as well.
But I do think part of it is that he's looking at his hand and it's just like, this isn't doing a lot.
So my problem is a Gene here.
Yeah, I would not have tapped to search. That I wouldn't have done, but that's just because I'm deathly afraid of Jean d'Arc. But you've also noticed that he hasn't really played any. He's been running out Faith in the Darknesses, so maybe he's just reading that there isn't a Jean d'Arc in consideration, but Freed from the Altar's a card, so...
Yeah, right?
And Spencer is running Freed from the Altar. He definitely played that against me. So that's a thing to consider as well.
A 5th element as the search rather than a Spiritual Guidance? What are we doing with that 2 floating will?
Well, one of them's probably going to draw us a card off of Gentle Breeze.
Did he banish after he performed Judgment?
No, not yet.
So he's only got 1 floating.
Yeah, he's got 1 floating right now. Yeah.
Now he's got 2 floating. Okay.
Now he's got the 3 floating. The question now becomes what he's going to do with it.
5th element, targeting that. I think as Kevin says that's fine.
Yeah, that'll do 6 damage, so it's going to kill that there. Okay. He's going to draw a card.
Draw a card with Gentle Breeze. Red Leaf?
Oof.
It's not great.
It looks like Red Leaf Fair Spell.
Now, the thing is, he does have the 1 will open, so we can still see something like a Vanish search, right?
Yeah.
Which could
search for Vanish. Vanish Jean d'Arc is definitely a thing that will probably occur if Jean d'Arc tries to come down.
Right.
And, like, we are on 4 mana. There's not a ton of ways that that's going to, like, occur. Kevin's just going to go face. Push damage. Yeah.
Takes it, goes down to 16.
Just casual 16.
That's an Astima.
That's an Astima. And I don't know if I didn't see any Lorites.
There's definitely not any. He's only going to get to drain. He doesn't get to gain.
Yeah, he doesn't actually drain. He's just going to ping his opponent. But
if it resolves.
If it resolves. This does feel like the sort of thing that you would vanish. I would probably vanish this in this situation because he's left with just one mana. There's not a lot else. And Astima is a problem. That's going to accrue a lot of value over the course of the game. And you aren't really threatening lethal.
Pausing the game. If judge calls, we'll pause our timer.
Oh, so we have a judge call.
I think he's looking at like when the ability checks to see when it gains.
Yeah, which is on resolution if memory serves.
Right.
So he could theoretically respond to the enter trigger with a quick cast rune. I don't think he has any.
It looks like he's just going to do it. He's just going to let the Astima resolve. So sweet, down to 11. Burning himself for 200. Playing sprinting time horse.
Time horse.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. What?
I didn't see any of those when I played. Admittedly, that's a card. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Oof.
That is a big oof. That's going to attempt to give Astima swiftness. That's going to get, that has to get vanished, right?
It's going to put 4 strength counters on his J rule. Like, it feels like that's the sort of thing also that you would vanish. You really want to Lorite.
He has to, right? He has no Lorites. He has to vanish this.
Yeah.
If he doesn't vanish this, it's
yeah.
Oh, no, it's not because he has a search for cards that I'm thinking of.
Not anything.
Arrival of the hero.
Yeah.
To stop this one.
Yeah, you can search Arrival of the hero, Arrival the. Yeah.
But so the weird thing is having to burn a vanish on a sprinting time horse.
Yeah.
Would feel really bad. Oh no, he couldn't search for it because he would have searched for the vanish. Oh no, but okay. No, that resolves too.
He lets it resolve. I think he's gonna go and go get the Arrival.
So like, do you just burn in response? You pay a grand
to
burn in response?
Here's the thing. Kevin might, because he was pretty trigger happy with the burns when I played him.
Oh,
I would not recommend it because that makes you
suddenly
really weak to lethal.
Yeah, well, with only sprinting time horse on board as the only blocker, Gill will be able to just immediately say, "Oh, cool, thanks."
It depends. Well, okay.
Ultra Awakening.
He would have to have either Ultra Awakening or the second Arrival in hand. The thing that's the problem here is that Gill is short on mana. He does not have the mana to actually cast anything besides exactly Ultra Awakening.
Right.
And so he needs to then get exactly.
So he is going to pay. Take him down to 600. Down to 2,800. Okay.
Okay. I think that was.
What is happening?
So what the
Takes
problem
him down
is?
To 5.
Yeah.
No.
And then passes, and I think this is game over. And the reason being is that there's a red leaf in that hand.
Yeah.
So you just get to
upkeep
red leaf the sprinting time horse.
And then search for Ultra Awakening, cast it, and kill.
Yeah. So yeah, that was why I wasn't particularly on board with the plan of going full bore down the path of let's. Yeah. So he draws
Jackson
Gill
has to
Lapis.
see it, right? So if Jackson doesn't burn here during the upkeep, then it's actually not too bad.
Well, he has a search and he has the red leaf, so he just red leaves the
cool,
sprinting time horse.
And that's game. So we will be moving on to game 2 at that point.
Unless there's anything like that surprises me here.
Is Ultra Awakening? Ultra Awakening costs 6, right?
Yes.
I'll pull it up.
Yeah. So unless there's some shenaniganry that I'm not aware of that he's gonna do for 0.
Yeah, he's tapped out. Ultra Awakening. It's literally just.
Yeah.
That's really disappointing because he just kind of handed Gill the game.
Yeah. Because if you don't burn there, Gill doesn't have lethal. And yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah, so
just because
we're gonna go and move on to game 2, unless Kevin randomly has a 0-cost rune that will stop Gill from attacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just picking it up.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately,
that's unfortunate, but you know, we'll get to see some post sideboard games as well.
For sure.
So that's something. It's a little bit sad to watch something that, you know, an avoidable loss like that, but
yeah,
it happens. I think I won game 1 against him the same way because he like swung into my Lapis with a Jeanne d'Arc, leaving it as a 4/4, and he was at 24, and I just had Ultra Awakening.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Like, I was just able to manufacture it in the end. So like, game 2, game 3, he got me. So,
I mean, he's got plenty of time.
He does have plenty of time. It is Gill versus Dark Elf Lucifer.
And it does give him a good chance to be able to kind of get rid of some of the dead cards that we're not needing. In comes the white stone. Out comes the blue stone. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I'm curious what he's playing the blue stone for, unless he's just using it to hard cast blue leafs. I haven't seen his list, so I'm not sure what exactly he's doing. If you are hard casting blue leaf, I would take out black. And then you just cut your Gill Lapises and you go, I'm going to kill him with Gill. It's mono black. The only option they have to stop that is Jeanne d'Arcs. And if I just have a better hand and kill everything, we're fine.
Yeah, for sure.
There's certainly a lot of spice coming from this Dark Elf list.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing that I've enjoyed so far this GP is people bring in some spice.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw altar, sorry, not altar. Harvest aggro.
Yeah.
2/1. Derek with Black White Brunhild. I mean, that was crazy. You know, there's been some pretty cool stuff. As we get, I'll mention this again as we get going into game 2. If you guys like what we're seeing, please consider joining the channel as a member. There's that little join button right below the video you're watching. It takes like 2 seconds. It goes directly to support the channel. It also helps us get access to our ad revenue faster. It's just minimum $2 a month, maximum of $30 a month. We appreciate anything you guys do. You get access to cool emojis. You get access to the badges at higher tier levels. You get to start making content for the channel. You get playmats. You get t-shirts, all kinds of cool stuff. So it really does go home to support us. Go ahead and click that button and join us as a member. We're trying to shoot for 10 new members by the end of this GP this weekend. So right now we are at 0 of 10. So we have 2 rounds left. I would love to see that number tick up. And we appreciate all the support that you guys have, and even just watching it.
I mean, what you do for the community is great. I'm glad that we have somebody like you who actually is willing to continue making content and all that sort of thing.
It's fun.
It is.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. And this next meta is going to be crazy.
Oh boy, I have no idea.
I'm super excited about the 10 commandments and what they're going to do to the meta.
I've got some spice. I'm going to try to play against Jeanne d'Arc Lucifer decks as IU. I'm going to try to block their Jeanne d'Arc so that I can play a Deus Ex Machina in my IU deck and put 14 counters on my IU. That's what we're going for.
What was just described?
Beauty. That's what was described.
Well, you know what? I tell you what. Bring it to the Grand Force of Will Festival in October. And
yeah, there's a festival thing in October I just heard about today.
Yeah. I'll put a link in the description. Hey, Gary Baker. Thank you very much for joining as a member.
Hooray.
Really appreciate it. There's one down. Let me go edit.
Yeah.
Sweet. We have 1 new member for this stream.
Yeah.
We need 9 more. Let's get a member train.
Let's go.
Member train. Everybody sign up.
And Gerardo's in chat. Hi, Gerardo.
Hey, Gerardo. Yeah, it really does help to go support the channel, and we really appreciate all the support that people bring to it.
Yeah.
So going into game 2 here, if I'm the Dark Elf Lucifer deck,
well,
first off,
yeah,
remember that Ultra Awakening exists.
Yeah, that's a thing that it felt like it was just an oversight where he just missed that.
Right.
And putting him, I don't know what he was trying to do, putting him just because 11 and 6 are really similar life totals.
Yeah.
when you're an aggro deck against
In my
Gill.
opinion, you should always consider, like, the goal of the game plan is to get your opponent down to 10.
Yeah.
Right? And then
Absolutely.
play an Astema.
And
then you're done, right? But anything above 10, nothing.
Yeah.
Should do a time setting, which with diversity and new Alice, go for games super fast. The ruler breakdown is 25 players. We have 5 Brunhild, 5 Gill, 4 Lucifer, 2 each of Adam, Lich, and Loki, 1 Ayu, 1 Chimimi, Fushi, and an Isis. And 1 Gill player is already dropped from the tournament.
That's me.
That's Gal.
Hi.
So we have 4 Gales currently still.
Yep.
And they've been doing a lot of draws. So
yeah,
this is
and part of it is that people, more than I expected, this is America. Like, one big thing here, I noticed there is
Keurig.
0 Keurigs.
0 Keurigs in this meta, which is
And a lot of those
insane.
Brunhilds and a lot of those Lucifers are Jean aggro, which is actually really awkward to deal with when you're Gill. So, turn 1 Dark Elf Spy.
Let's start burning the life totals.
Let's make it so that Jeremy has to do a bunch of work.
Oh, yeah, I love it. If my iPad situation had worked, that would have been great.
Right.
But alas, it didn't.
And we're going to see a blind Tears on 1.
What do we get?
What do we get?
That's an absolute awareness.
It's not horrible. There's a lot worse.
Is there another absolute awareness in hand, though? There's not.
No.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, opening hand is intriguing. Yeah, it's actually super kind of relevant because there was a ceiling there, too.
Yeah.
Like, running that ceiling out would have been pretty relevant.
Yeah, with no absolute awareness, that's a little
Scarlet's Agony came in. That's an interesting tech that people have been doing more and less of in different variations. I've been actually not siding it in against a lot of aggro matchups. I went down to 1 specifically for IU. And just...
Ryan Miles is rolling in his grave. Although he's not dead, so... Imagine that 1 Keurig running away with the gold.
Right.
In this meta...
You know, it could have been me if I had played Keurig. But no. Had to prove myself. But yeah, this is a little bit of a not... Well, okay, we have Gentle Breeze. That makes it a lot easier. You got a White Leaf.
It's a Vanish.
Yeah.
Banish the White Leaf. Cast Insight?
Insight's pretty good. The solid point here is that his turn 1 is a lot of good card selection. He just gets to draw a card.
The absolute.
And he gets the absolute awareness. Excellent.
No way to cast it this turn, but we are going to see it next turn to get the White Stone.
And he can reanimate a Lorite.
And he can reanimate a Lorite. Oof, the
Yeah.
Leaf Paladin.
You
mill,
really
not
want
super
to.
great.
You really want to draw that. It feels bad when you mill it after
Just
a
gonna
sequence.
say, let's swing in for 4.
Yeah.
Take him down.
I've got this
35.
4/4, and you ain't got anything on the other side of the board.
That's a Ray.
That's a Ray.
If that...
Ray can be super awkward, especially because right now Jackson Madden doesn't have any. Well, what do you? Oh, this is gonna be awkward.
Yeah, because that's probably going to flip.
You really need a Lorite. Like, a Lorite rip off the top would be really good right
That's
here.
a Leaf Paladin,
well,
which is not what you want to see.
Well, the positive Leaf... Oh,
You'd have to energize
awkward.
into Leaf Paladin and have nothing else for the turn.
That's probably fine. So what I would do here if I was Jackson Madden, I'm going to go, here's a Leaf Paladin. I'm going to fill up my hand. I'm going to pitch a White Leaf. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold up being able to go Red Leaf, Blue Leaf on your Ray once it's flipped and just get it out of the way.
Sure.
That's your most efficient answer as a guild player to be able to deal with a flipped Ray. Sure. Otherwise, you don't have a lot. A little quieter?
Yeah, just want to make sure they can't hear you. You just talk, like in general, just talk a little quieter.
In general.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. I can adjust our volume here. I just want to make sure
Gotcha.
they can't hear us at the table.
I'm a loud, angry person.
Yeah, don't have to whisper, but like.
Nah, you're right. You're right.
You chill, man.
I'm chill.
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 So, Judge Call. I'm not entirely sure what this Judge Call is about.
Me neither. If I was here,
Oracle text? Potentially looking at Oracle text?
Maybe. Or possibly asking for a reading of what 0 does on the other side, possibly.
So, Oracle text?
Yeah. Shush.
Come on.
Do I look like I know things, Jeremy?
Yep, we're looking for Oracle text of
Yeah.
0. Yep, that makes a ton of sense. So the weird thing about 0 here is that it technically costs 0. So if you like bird something to pop it, and then you can use Blue Leaf to bounce it back to hand.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what if it was me, I would just run out Leaf Paladin.
Yeah.
Fill up your graveyard.
Get some life gain.
Take your beats from, like, you can't just blindly swing the Dark Elf Spy because you get to block.
Right.
He'll hit you for 8, and then you deal with the Ray next turn and hopefully just set up for a smooth sailing for the next few turns.
That's not what we're doing.
It's not what he's doing.
We're gonna
absolute. He's looking for
awareness
white.
for getting that White Stone.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm not sure I agree with that play.
If you mill Lorite, it's great.
If he mills Lorite, it is great. If he doesn't,
it could be a little bit awkward.
It's gonna be not good.
There's a few situations where it could be a little bit awkward in that situation.
Double white leaf in hand. Double white looks like double white leaf, leaf paladin, Scarlet's Agony, and sealing the gate.
Yeah,
it's not a great hand here.
I mean,
other than running out.
Once the leaf paladin.
So that's 2 leaf paladins milled.
Yeah.
We have no Lorite, so that 0 is gonna get to flip. 0 should flip. It's the beginning of main phase trigger. Yep.
Looks like he's. Yeah, we're getting a main phase trigger.
So weirdly enough, good on Jackson for letting that happen, because actually that's a missed trigger warning.
Yeah.
And it's an advantageous trigger, so Jackson should have the option to refuse.
Right.
But so good on Jackson for that. I mean, I would expect anyone is good with that, right? But it's still, I mean, point out good sportsmanship when you see good sportsmanship, right?
Yeah.
So down to 26, swinging for 4, down to 22, or 22.
Yeah. He's putting some
and a
beats
Gene.
on. That's a Jean d'Arc.
Oh, goodness gracious. There's so much aggression.
He's going pretty fast. Like,
we got to go fast. Oh, we're vanishing.
Vanish, yeah.
That is like the greediest vanish.
That's a lot of resources for a vanish.
I would like to see a March of the Dead.
March of the Dead would be really good. It's just really solid. It would be a March of the Dead here, but I don't see one in his hand. I see it sprinting Time Wars.
The problem is that's not going to help when he's got 0 on board.
Yeah,
because it'll pop the bubble.
Yeah, it's not particularly useful.
So Jackson's sitting at 21, actually more like 33 because of double white leaf in hand.
Yeah. He does have, like, I think he drew a Wind Blade. That's a leaf assassin. Assassin doesn't do much.
So that's not actually terrible in this situation, because what you could do is play the assassin targeting the 0 to pop the bubble, knowing you're not going to knowing that you're not going to reveal anything, and then you use the sealing the gate of darkness. It's not a darkness resonator anymore. I lied. Ignore me.
Yeah, that's the issue, I think.
It's a white resonator. Is it white black? Let me remember.
I believe it's just a white resonator when it flips. I'm not 100%.
We're gonna look.
It
is a light resonator, so sealing the gate not gonna do jack against that.
Yeah, that was why I felt like it would have been a more productive play to run out the leaf paladin that turn.
Yeah, Gary, I'm a little tired. Love you, buddy.
We're all very tired. I haven't had good sleep in the past 2 days, which is fine. I learned how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Yesterday. I have made a terrible decision.
Agreed. Yeah, this hand is just really awkward right now.
It's kind of it's an accumulation of a lot of not terrible cards, but the 0 is negating a lot of the value he's getting off of a lot of this, and so it's kind of curious how he's going to
come back.
I mean, it's still Gill.
Well, so the thing is, this next turn, like if Jackson doesn't answer what's currently on board in an effective way, we're sitting on potential lethal next turn.
Yeah, like Kevin could definitely just be like, hit you for a bunch, here's an Astema, and you just go, yeah, that's an Astema.
Right, because Astema by itself is 11 damage at this point. Oh, sorry, Astema plus the end of game trigger from Dark Elf is 11.
Yeah. Okay, so he does play 3 white leaves.
Well, he does have. Okay, so he'll gain 18. So he's not necessarily out of this yet.
Yeah.
Right? He's sitting at a pseudo 3,900 life.
You pitch all those, and now your hand is just like 3 leaves, a leaf assassin, and a Scarlet's Agony that doesn't do much of anything right now.
Yeah.
Like 18 healing is pretty decent, but it's only doing so much.
What is that blue for?
My best guess it is for what he's doing right now, which is casting a blue leaf. Like, so I don't like it.
I don't like that.
This is a person who's hit people with my fair share of blue leaves in the past. But casting blue leaves, but it is very effective against one specific thing, which is your opponent playing a Jean, making it difficult for you to actually lethal through.
Right.
Because a cast blue leaf can punch through the Jean.
But here's the problem is we're playing Lucifer. Both of these resonators are gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Black Rosario is just going to get cast. Both
Yeah,
these
he's
are gonna
still
be
on
gone.
Lucifer, which is smart. I feel like that's the correct thing to do.
Yeah,
I don't
right?
like sideboarding into Lich as the Lucifer deck very often.
Yeah, so like that's just that Black Rosario is going to get to resolve.
Yeah.
He has no way to really stop it.
And then, like, March of the Dead is a lot of damage.
Yeah. Well, you can't awaken it.
Yeah,
He only has 2 will.
He pops the blue leaf.
Hey, second member. That's
Gerardo.
4 to 2. We're a fifth of the way there.
Hi, Gerardo.
Let's get 10 more. Come on, guys. Thank you guys so much. Gerardo joining us as a member here.
Yeah. So it looks like we're going to take the 12.
Taking the 12.
Oh, there's Face in the Darkness.
Come on, let's get. Oh, the timer was paused. My apologies. Let me fix it.
Yeah.
I forgot to unpause it. We're at 23 minutes left on clock. What is? Oh, another Dark Elf.
Oh, that's a janky one. That's one. That's Treacherous Guard.
Yeah, and they
deals
both players take 2, right?
Yeah.
I will update life totals here momentarily. Darkness, Treacherous Guard. What set was he from?
I don't know. I honestly am not 100% sure. There's a lot of.
Well, all we know is both players take 2 damage. So
yeah.
he took 12 and then another 2 and then another 1, so a total of 15. So he should be at 600. And then Kevin took 3, so he'll be at 34.
Maybe it's not Treacherous Guard. There's far too many Dark Elves with weird names in this set.
I think you're Treasonous Guard, maybe?
That might be it.
We see the Loki. Sorry, not the Loki. We see the Lorite here, maybe a little too late.
Yeah, finally sees the Lorite. That's Lorite number 1 on the match so far.
Yeah, for sure.
Which, that's a little bit rough. It's not like there were a huge amount of points where you really were like, oh man, I really need a Lorite here. But there were a few points where I was like, man, you really could
I think
use
it's Treasonous Guard,
Treasonous
right?
Guard, yeah. It's from Ancient Knights.
Is it from the first set?
Yeah, first set of Red Cluster. And Jackson Madden is drumming.
Here it is. I found it.
There we go. Yeah.
Deals 200 damage to each player.
Yeah, like that's. I mean.
Not nothing.
It's not nothing.
Right,
yeah.
So now Jackson is sitting at 600 pseudo 24.
Pseudo 24. He's gonna call a stone. I think he feels pretty comfortable in his life total here. Another thing he can do is he can just cast a white leaf.
Okay,
he's
so
gonna pop
the bubble.
Yeah.
He
can also Lorite the trigger. That's right. So he's gonna Lorite the trigger.
Something, right? Now he has to reveal.
That's
4. That's not enough. That's only 4.
Yeah, he's only got 4. Yeah,
he revealed 4. He just revealed 4.
Yeah, that's 800, and then he has to red leaf it.
So he just spent 3 cards to deal with that 0.
True. The thing is that you have to. Because that 0 is going to run away with the game if you don't deal with it. It's also it's flying.
I get it, but he doesn't have a cancel spell in hand like Astema on board. Astema's just lethal.
Yeah. Well, Astema's close to lethal.
Oh, sorry. There's still white leaves in hand. My apologies.
Yeah.
I forget about white leaf.
I think there's and it is 3 white leaves there. I think it's like
it's
3 white leaves.
Jackson won't.
A black leaf and a sealing the gates of darkness. So he's got sealing as well. So he can kill one of these attackers. Or hold it up for a Jeanne d'Arc. So he's not like in super dire straits. It's just that he's going to have to kill Kevin at some point.
And Kevin's just chipping him.
Yeah.
Arrival of the hero getting milled there. We know he runs 2.
Does he?
That's still not great.
Does he run 2?
I think so.
I only saw 1 when he was going through his deck between boards. But I'm not 100% sure. So... 5 mana for Lucifer. That's a lot of value. That's an Astema.
That's an Astema. So, this is the trick. This is some weird, like, outplay maneuvers, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you're going to try to drain, and we don't have things removed, so it's just drain 2. It's just damage. It's just
he's got 2
1.
white leaves and a Scarlet's Agony.
Oh, 2 white leaves and a Scarlet's?
Yeah.
It's actually not bad.
Okay.
So Jackson actually can get put in a real weird spot here.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think of if there's a weird way to, like, get him to play himself. I can't think of one off the top of my head. He's considering what he's got, and his hand is still awkward. Like, probably the consideration is, do we Sealing the Gates of Darkness this Astema? Which isn't, like, out of the realm of possibility, because the Astema is a problem card. Yeah, so we're going to Sealing the Gates there. I would
think you burn.
Both.
Yeah, yeah.
I would activate both. I'm curious if I was the Astema player. But, like...
So he's going to take it that 500.
So there's the enter trigger, and then...
He's down to 100. Is he doing anything in response to burn? Okay, cool. So down to 24, down to 1.
Yep.
Gain 12.
Yep.
Up to 13.
Up to 13. Down to 8.
And then, well, I'm waiting for the Sealing the Gates of Darkness to finish resolving.
Yeah.
It's going to get removed, and then we go down to 8.
I think that's what happened.
I mean, that's the only sequencing of events that I can imagine. Those are what the life totals should be. 6 coming in here. Yeah, Scarlet's. I mean, you have to.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you have to cast the Scarlets.
Doesn't untap, but yeah.
It just is removed from combat, and he gets to draw a card.
See, his Winds of Vitality isn't a terrible draw.
Swinging in for 4.
Going hard in the paint.
Is Jackson going to let this go through? If he lets this go through, that's lethal, right? Power of Immortality.
Yeah.
Or if Kevin has a removal spell for this Lorate, it's lethal. Is there... What's on the field? What's in the hand?
I think I see a Majin Dark Elf in hand for Spencer.
We're banishing to produce blue.
Yeah, it looks
Winds
like
of Vitality.
He's going to Winds his Lorite to try to kill the Dark Elf.
Spell. There's no removal spell in hand.
Yeah, I don't see one.
Power of Immortality here? To at least make it into a trade and get your Dark Elf Spy back?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
And then he has the 100 damage still.
And then Majin Dark Elf Pernin himself goes down to 22.
Goes to 22, swings, gets blocked by the Leaf Paladin.
But then Jackson's at 7 with 1 card in hand.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty good.
7 with 1 card in hand. It's
go get Spiritual Guidance, though.
Yeah, he goes get Spiritual Guidance, but that only gets him up to...
He's not even going to swing.
10.
That's weird. Okay.
He's not attacking?
It doesn't seem to be the case.
Huh.
He is not attacking. He is leaving.
Trust another White Leaf.
Not 21,000.
All right, then.
We did not suddenly go to 21,000 life. We're not playing Diversity Alice with...
Right.
Diversity Town.
Diversity Alice. Woo. That'll be fun to do.
Winds of Vitality, 5th Element, Vanish. Let's get back a Lorite during the upkeep.
Yep. Just trying to get as much life as he can, I think, off of this future Spiritual Guidance.
That makes the most sense.
I do too.
The problem is here is, like, I don't know if Jackson can spend anything this turn removing the current board. I don't think he can take the time to remove the current board.
Yeah, it's going to be awkward. I mean, he gets to go find, like, a Sealing the Gates. And hold up Sealing the Gates on something. Because you have a fairly small window to kill here for Kevin. Because you're at a low life total as well, because you've been toasting yourself. You have to really force the issue this turn, now that he's going to flip.
White Leaf, Lorite, Black Leaf.
That is a hand of cards. Oh, he's also going to be reading. Oh, that is a thing.
Demon Soulstone, with how many Dark Elves we have.
Which I believe currently is going to be doing 3 damage to each player.
Let's take a look. I have the artwork for Demonic Soulstone.
That's excellent.
Pay 2 and tap deals 100 damage multiplied by the number of Dark Elves you control to each player.
Yeah, so he can
Deal 3?
Yeah.
Calls another one off the top. GG.
Okay, so he is going to search with Gill.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't know either. That seems like it. I guess part of the reasoning. I want to leave it up as a blocker.
Yeah, I do too.
I really want to leave it up as a blocker. There's a reasoning here where you're like, it's an extra 100 life, but is an extra 100 life enough against Jean d'Arc Lucifer with Dark Elves and other shenanigans?
Right.
I'm not sure.
I am not either. So we've got the 3 floating. We have a lot of cards in hand. Looks like a search. Oh, sorry, no, that's cards in RFG.
Yeah, that's RFG.
Spiritual Guidance is probably the clear grab here.
That's what I would probably grab, unless you grab like an Arrival
4
of the Hero
cards
or
in
something.
hand. Gain 6, go up to 13. I mean, you can always grab Arrival during Kevin's turn.
It also looks like he's looking at Windblade.
Also seems like a weird choice.
He has another search on the next turn. He can search for Sealing the Gates of Darkness.
Toby, we had 5 Gill players today. 4 remaining, and a lot of them are drawing.
Yeah.
Mainly we grabbed this match because we wanted to see the Dark Elf Lucifer deck.
Yeah.
And he just happened to get paired up against a Gill.
Yeah. He's going to find 5th Element. Okay.
So I guess I'll ask the community for last round, do you guys want to see top table or bottom table?
Yeah.
Let's ask the community. Community, people in the chat. Let's super chat. Let's do it. Let's get real greedy.
Yeah.
And let's say super chat for who you want to see, top table or bottom table.
There we go. I'm the sort who I want to see, like, what's on the edge of top 8.
Yeah.
Myself. Gerardo just wants to see some cards turn sideways.
I mean, well, that's what you're seeing right now.
That's for sure.
So that Leaf Assassin came in to kill the Majin Dark Elf? Yeah.
Leaf Assassin was already on the board.
There's no Keurig. So how did we kill that Majin Dark Elf? 5th element.
5th element.
I see it.
Yeah.
So he didn't Spiritual Guidance?
He did not.
That seems incorrect.
He might
Logan
just
Moses, you got a $2 super chat. I don't know what it's for because there was no comment with it. But whatever he put it towards.
Thank you, Logan.
Well, thank you, Logan. Did you want to see top or bottom table?
It looks like he's going to attack.
Don't you have to have a specific time to look? I mean, 3 minutes between actions is what we usually say.
Yeah. So then he attacked. He
Give me
went
Blake.
Leaf Assassin.
I don't know what Blake means.
Blake Hahn is one of our locals.
Oh, cool.
He is going to be on the very top table because he just split for X and O.
Oh, what is he playing?
He's on Black White Brunhild.
Oh, cool. Good for him.
He's one of our mad scientists resident down up in Minnesota.
Well, I'm not going to put him on stream because he's probably going to be scooping next or drawing next round.
He drew the first. He drew this round.
I don't think
he
has to
ID.
play.
Yeah,
so
you have to play.
But he's in top 8 regardless.
Yeah. So we're going to see 6 coming at.
Top 8 will be played today potentially based on what the top 8 players want to do.
Yeah.
Because currently it's 4 p.m., so we'll be hitting 5 p.m. So definitely a time when we could take like a 30-minute break and then jump into top 8 and still finish it all in one day.
Yeah.
Definitely something we could do.
See what the players feel. So we had an attack for 6. We had a White Leaf.
Okay.
That all occurred. Nothing happens with the time with all that stuff.
So he just took the 6 damage? Why is that Leaf Assassin tapped? Sorry.
He Leaf Assassin attacked Dark Elf Spy.
Okay, sure. That makes sense. So
and then Black Leaf.
We're still at net 21,700 in terms of life.
Yeah.
Jackson has 1 white will open, no green.
He can deal with an aggressive Jean, but like
that's a Ray.
I see a Ray. It's not gonna do a ton because that's gonna be a sprinting time horse.
Burning himself too.
Yep. And then
down to 19.
That's probably gonna get ceilinged. That's what I would do.
So this is the ultimate bait if there's an Astima in hand, right?
Right.
like if there's an Astima in hand, this is just a bait out.
but 1 white doesn't really do anything against Astema anyway.
If he connects, well, it would. Oh, that's true. It wouldn't really do much in this situation.
Astema just wins the game.
So here, if we connect, we're trying to connect with this ray.
I feel like I would have gone for a freed from the altar. I would have freed from the altar a stemma.
And then just had lethal,
yeah.
Right? With what the current board state is?
Like, I don't think 1 white can get you there.
Especially with, he's going to search for a sealing the gate.
Yeah, he didn't have one in the hand. He used the sealing that he did have in his hand to get rid of the something, I think. I may just be forgetting what's going on. But he searches for it, he casts it, things occur. That ray's not going to stay.
Sadness resolves on the chase.
Yeah. I mean, if there's an Astema there. Huh.
So sealing the gate for a Joan.
Oh, he can do that. Oh.
Oof, that's lethal. And we've already used search for turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lethal. That absolutely is.
I don't think there's a way to beat a Jean off of that.
Yeah, that's it.
Oof. Yeah.
That's... Wow. Wow. What a play. For exact lethal.
Yeah.
Baiting out the Faith in the Darkness. Yeah, that's it. Jackson scoops it up. We in game 3. We're in 7 minutes left on the clock.
We're in game 3 with 7 minutes left on the clock.
So, draw.
Rip. It's possible. I mean, this is an aggro deck.
So the Gene deck could definitely pull it out.
Yeah.
Right? But
a bad draw from Jackson plus a good draw from Kevin equals Kevin can definitely get there.
For sure.
More than likely, it's going to go for a draw. I don't think that it's... There's also a theoretical universe where you get the God Hand with Gill, and the Lucy deck doesn't draw anything.
Yeah,
You fight.
It's harder for a God Hand with Jackson to win than it is for a God Hand with Lucifer.
Much harder. Much harder.
They're not even sideboarded. They're just like, nope, just
go. I wouldn't really sideboard between game 2 and 3 most of the time.
Good hand. I don't know if I ship any of that. He shipped away the assassin. I don't think I would have. No, he shipped away.
He kept the assassin.
The fair spell. I think he shipped away fair spell.
Probably.
But assassin sealing the gate. That's a really good hand for Jackson.
Yeah.
That's a really good not lose the game hand for Jackson.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see like alarmingly fast. I mean, that's going to be a Dark Elf Spy.
That's not a fast start.
That is, unfortunately, not a modern Dark Elf, which is really what you want. He's going to spin the wheel, hit a Paladin, and win. Oh, that's the Leaf Assassin. It's okay.
I would have preferred the Absolute Awareness.
Yeah. Awareness or Paladin are the two things you really wanted to hit off of that. So
Jackson's probably going to take his whole turn here just to cast that. Well, no, he's got an Elemental Engrave.
Yeah.
Are you in there?
My boy. Yeah, looks like that's just going to be, here's an Absolute Awareness. Get my white stone. Go ahead.
So currently, top table is winning in the Super Chat race to see what we put on Stream 5.
Well, there we go.
So with $2.
$2.
So if you wanna see a lower table play today, get in on that Super Chat action.
There you go.
Help support the channel and see something you want to see on the channel.
Yeah.
On the match.
So we're gonna see 4. Push damage. Just go for the face.
35. Look of Corruption.
Look of Corruption.
That's going to steal the Paladin.
That's going to steal Paladin, and that's actually reasonable. The only other consideration is to take Sealing the Gates of Darkness, but I would take Paladin here because...
If he has a second removal spell, or a discard spell, I wouldn't necessarily complain about hitting the Spiritual Guidance either. Leaving him with just Sealing the Gates and...
Paladin is just so
No,
important.
Gary, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine, man. We're just messing around. Ultimately, we just appreciate it. We're probably going to put... If there's 2 people at table 1 who we haven't seen before, we're probably going to put them in.
Yeah.
And then at end of turn, go down to 38.
Also, Kevin Spencer has a win as well.
Oh, yes, he does. We are in game 3.
Yeah. So, this could be rough. I don't see what he's doing.
Spiritual Guidance.
Kevin's hand looks a bit
Jackson has the hand
heavy.
of a stall. There's a...
Yeah.
Has a Jonah Arc plus a Faith in the Darkness.
Yeah. Looks like he's just going to Spiritual Guidance. And play for, you know.
Draw to gain 4?
I think 5.
Yeah.
Gain 5.
Back up to 39. Undoing Kevin's hard work.
All of that hard work.
Yeah, get those flexes in, Gary. The Keurig flexes in the chat.
Yeah. It's hard for me to see a point where Spencer, like, pushes through for finishing it.
Well, that's a preemptive Evil Elemental Uprising. I don't hate that.
It's not horrible.
Like during the upkeep.
Yeah.
That will is now gone.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't.
If he uses it, we'll push the pause button.
Yeah.
But that will doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, we have the pause button.
I don't like the ceiling. Still haven't seen Joan off of Faith in the Darkness.
More modern Dark Elves.
We just are not having a lot of faith here.
Yeah, the faith here is a little bit rusty. 6.
Sealing the Gate of Darkness in hand being the real kind of pinch hitter right now. It takes him down to 33. Energize the Scarlet to stop it.
Yeah, Scarlet's
Agony to remove the attack. Swinging for 4.
Yeah. How did he cast the Scarlet's Agony?
Energize.
Oh, yeah, Energize still. Yeah.
Yep.
And sealing the gates to take out the Dark Elf Spy. Sure. He's using that mana.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Hello, chat. How's it going? Yeah. It looked like he produced the will on upkeep. That's why we're stopping him. Yeah. It goes away. How have you guys done? What?
Derek got me in 2.
Derek got you in 2. How'd you do, Jalen?
I have a winning in for the last round.
You're winning in last round? You better win because I gave you that win. We're good. All right.
He hadn't seen the card, so he hadn't drawn the card yet off of Gentle Breeze. So the Gentle Breeze they're working it out.
All right.
But he just can't technically cast that Gentle Breeze. He doesn't have the wind to be able to play it.
Yeah, he doesn't
because
have the
he produced the will before things recovered.
Yes.
And so all will ceases to exist when things actively recover.
Yep.
So when everything recovered, that will that he produced off of Gill just vanished. Poof.
Yeah.
Jackson thought that it was because it was his will. He thought maybe it was his opponent's will.
No.
But it's all will ceases to exist at those 2 points.
So we'll gain some life.
Go up to 45.
Yep. Gets a Saintly Elven.
The chat
Produce, draw a card.
Know how you're doing. Yeah. You have a win in next round?
Yeah.
Jalen is on winning in for round 5.
I believe Derek's on winning in as well.
Derek is 2. Andrew, how are you doing?
Derek got me 2. I'm out.
Okay.
I played 3 Guild players and drew against 2 in 1 win.
Off, yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Interesting. He tapped his white to cast the Spiritual Guidance and then proceeded to top deck Sealing the Gates.
Rip. How much did he gain there? Let's see, 5 cards
Looks
in
like
hand?
5, yeah.
So up to 50. It's a draw. I mean,
yeah, it's going to be a draw.
with how slow so they are on. So our clock is a little bit off. They have about 20 seconds left in the round. With how Jackson's turns have been, in terms of just not applying pressure, there's no real way that Jackson is going to deal 38. But Kevin has just too much life to try to deal with in the next 20 seconds and 2 turns.
Yeah. Now they're both still on winning ends because X11 should logically get through. Draw a card.
They are time on round. Kevin is currently turn 1. Casting Gentle Breeze Elemental before the damage here, going down to 44.
Yeah.
Maybe seeing to draw into something. Not 400.
Oh, he's Power of Immortalitying.
We're getting
aggressively.
greedy.
He was doing that against me a lot too.
So it's down to a flat 4 grand.
Yeah. Thing is, it doesn't look like there's a lot that Jackson has to stop a Power of Immortality.
So Kevin has 1 turn after this is the problem.
Yeah. Which means that he has to put on as much pressure as he can this turn, and then also next turn.
And then do as much as possible next turn. When we're also sitting on a Leaf Paladin that's going to go get another gain 6.
Yeah.
But, like, there's no way that Jackson in 2 turns is going to put 3,800 damage on board.
Right.
When Gill isn't flipped and everything else.
Gill isn't playing for that right now.
Yeah.
You're just not. You're playing for a draw here. You're just trying to not die. You're going to 5th element.
In response to the power of immortality?
Probably.
So then we won't take any damage? Yeah, in response to the power.
Yeah.
So it's dead. Jackson takes no damage. We're still at 5,000.
Yeah.
Estima.
I mean, if you get there in any way, shape, or form, it's going to be through Astima shenaniganry. Like, I don't know if there's an Astima shenaniganry that gets you there, but Brandon wants to see Jalen on stream.
Yeah,
Reasonable.
I see that.
A reasonable statement.
We'll see who gets paired up.
So who doesn't want to watch more Gill?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
2 Gill players have been knocked out at this point, so there's 3 Gills left.
Yeah. I can't think of a way to deal 45 in 1 turn.
As a Gill player?
No, as a Dark Elf Lucy player.
No, I can't see that either.
No. Not when you're not doing really silly Lily shenanigans. But
I think
then,
if he had 1 more will, I think the play would legitimately be flip Lucifer, make you discard 3 cards, pass.
Yeah.
Just make your hand as little as possible and just say, okay, I've got an 8/8 flyer and a body on board, try to get through it.
There he is.
But he doesn't have enough will to make it happen, so.
Just being at 43 in general is really difficult to punch through.
Yeah, I can't think of a way that Jackson would get this either, unfortunately. No. Like, Jackson would have to have Ultra Awakening in hand this turn and then still couldn't do it.
Yeah. He would have to have some, he'd have to have 10 stones.
Yeah.
So he could double Ultra Awakening or something.
Let's see. Oh, we're at $3 for Jalen. Oh, man. Getting those
money.
Getting those super chat voting for who we want to see on rounds.
Yeah.
Stream last round. Currently Jalen in the lead with $3.
Let's go, team.
I'm just gonna use my players to make money. That's what I'm gonna do.
There's the plan.
There has been a good spread. I mean, we've had a lot of different decks here. I think every round has been a Gill or a Black-White Brunhild, except so round 2. What did we have? IU versus
Iron Machines, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So super chat dinner money. You're not wrong.
So yeah, we're just
Are we
playing for the draw
judgmenting
here. Yeah, I think so. He's also tapping. I don't know why he's doing that. I mean, he gets to search for an arrival this turn, and if he has a second one, he searches for another arrival, or he searches for a Sealing the Gates of Darkness, and you're just like...
Well, he's already got a Sealing in hand and 1 white will.
Yeah.
So I think, isn't the play to search this turn for an arrival,
Then
next turn search for an arrival, and then you have arrival, and Sealing the Gates, and then you're just like, there's no way damage is getting through?
Yeah, there's no way you'll ever deal lethal damage to me at this point. Unless he goes and finds a Spiritual Guidance. And then
for the
top
first
decks the arrival.
Like a champ.
That's how pro players do it.
Oh, we're just preemptively...
Yeah.
I think that's actually a good idea here.
It's not
preemptively Sealing the Gates. Just because of the fact that, then he doesn't get to draw a second card.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to, if he happens to have some weird pinging or anything.
Yeah.
What's been the best deck here, Justin? So far, it's been a lot of Gills have been drawing, but it seems like Black-White Brunhild has been kind of having some really good success, as well as there's a couple Gill players who've been doing all right. No Keurig. No Keurig in the meta at all.
No Keurig just here at all. They're just chilling. So, yeah. The issue with trying to create interesting commentary here is that we're intentionally doing nothing.
Right, both players are just kind of
Kevin just has to try to figure out how to somehow use 5 will to create lethal out of nothing.
Keurig is in Canada.
Why did the Keurigs go to Canada? I wanted to play the Keurigs.
I think Josh Patton might be playing Keurig.
Josh
Ryan Miles, I think, said he was playing Keurig this weekend. So we'll see. I haven't seen any results from Canada.
Yeah,
Someone
me
wants to
neither.
go message Ryan Miles and find out what's going on.
Ryan and Josh both played Keurig, yeah.
Yeah, Keurig is a good matchup against altars.
It is pretty reasonable.
Ryan and Josh both played Keurig and both topped. So Ryan Miles and Josh Patton both topped in Toronto with Keurig.
Yeah.
So they probably are playing day 2. They're probably still just finishing it all day 1 because they only had 18 players. Okay, Cal's cute. Blake Hahn or Cal's cute Tum Tum. Well, Cal's commentating, so Blake Hahn back on top for for being on the stream. So here's the thing. They're both gonna get like a ton of super chats about them. It's gonna be like $50, $50, and then they'll play each other.
Yeah.
Okay, win. Everybody wins.
Making that money.
I have to shout at Ryan now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really hoping that Josh Patton won the whole event. I imagine he traveled with Ryan. Ryan already has a paid invite, so I imagine that Ryan concedes to Josh.
I would presume so.
Because they're traveling together, and Josh would really like to go to Japan.
Yeah.
And Ryan's going to go to Japan anyway because of a paid. But
yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's drain.
There's an Astema.
And we get to gain.
I don't know.
I think Kevin's new dream is I'm going to end the game at more life than you.
Yeah.
So
that means I win, right?
Yeah, he did. Josh is in the finals. Sweet. I'm really happy for him. That's
nice.
my buddy. Keurig in the finals.
Josh is good people.
Ryan did concede to Josh Patton. So
he's playing Keurig because it's a meme. Whoever said that, Gary, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Lord.
Sorry.
Yeah, so
we have a Ray and an Asthma. I'm not really looking at life totals, if I'm being honest, because there's no way that Jackson is going to deal 4,800.
There really isn't.
There's that Ultra Awakening, though.
Oh,
we're going to try.
Yeah, there we go. Get the Ultra Awakening.
Jalen or just a stream playing Ryan, Ryan playing Keurig. Let me travel to Canada real quick. Jalen back on top. Here we go. Currently 13-12. Just a fight.
Yeah.
Fifth element, kill the acid. Is he really? Oh my gosh, does he have? What is happening?
I don't know.
I don't.
You're going
4,800 with Perfect Will casting us a single copy of. Perfect Will gets us a single copy of Ultra Awakening.
Yeah. He can attack for 31.
That's 31. Oh, Lucifer versus Keurig in finals. That's pretty favorite towards Keurig.
Depends on the build of
the build.
The build of the Lucifer could be relevant there.
If it's Lucifer Altar though, that's Keurig's.
That's pretty decent for Keurig. If it's Lucifer aggro, it can be more awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
that looks
Jackson's
like a draw.
just like, I can't do anything about it, so we draw. And with that, we move on to the next one. So